Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Helm developer call, Thursday, April the 4th. The call is recorded, so if you don't want to be visible, turn off your camera, or and also to know that the call is under the CNCF Code of Conduct, so at least everybody should be polite. Today, we don't have much on the agenda. Michael has added a discussion item, which is a pull request. So let me share so we can look at that. Oh, I know this one. The next on your list of things, Michael.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have any announcements either. Yeah, quickly. So Michael has this PR. I believe we think this is backwards compatible. And does provide a good performance improvement. So I think we're just asking for maintainer time to have a look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess that's about size of it. I guess Scott has approved it already, so I guess it just needs one more maintainer. I guess, as you said, like it does provide a good performance improvement, and I'm just conscious that the window for getting this in 315 is probably shrinking at this stage. So it would be great if any maintainer does have time to have a look at it, see if we can get it into 315. That would be brilliant to get it over the line.
Awesome. Is there anything else? There's nothing really from me. I've been quite busy, so I haven't had much of a chance to look at stuff. If there is, I can quickly ping Scott. So one thing I would like to discuss with Scott, he messaged me on Slack earlier, and he said there's from KubeCon there was a bunch of interest in people helping out. So it'd be good to work out how we can onboard people doing triage and pull request review and yeah, just really helping get if people are willing to contribute time, then I think it's definitely in good interest to try and make that as efficient and trying to think of the right word, and efficient and seamless and as friendly as possible. So, but without Scott, I don't know if there's much to discuss here.
Were you there? Did you
I wasn't.
or was this
okay? Yeah, he just mentioned on Slack.
I'm wondering how big this group is versus doing kind of more one-on-one mentoring around this stuff.
Yeah, it was a significant. They said one company said they had 8 developers or something. So that's a lot of people. And I know Matt was insistent that to start thinking about Helm 4, we need to certainly have people to try and contribute the code. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll table this for next week and I can bring it up again. Hopefully, or I'll try and discuss with Scott offline. Alrighty. Is there anything else that anybody wants to bring up, or we can? Since it's a very short call today, I will volunteer for moderator.
I wasn't here last week, so I kind of looked over some of the notes regards to KubeCon, but was there anything worth highlighting since you were here last week that you think would be worth passing on to me? I can always go back and watch the recording as well.
I need to watch the recording myself, actually. That's a good point.
Well, there's no recording, actually. I just remembered.
Oh, I thought you meant of like the KubeCon presentation.
Oh, I just meant like in general from people's kind of conclusions from KubeCon.
Andy said it was good. He said there was a good engagement both. Yeah, so kind of third hand. He said there was good engagement from both sessions. People were very interested, and they did a feedback session on Helm 4. He said things were pretty positive. Yeah. Yeah, Scott mentioned what I said before. There was people interested in contributing. And I'm trying to remember what else was kind of talked about.
I guess I wasn't able to really swing by because I was super busy at my own booth, but I'm assuming like the booth, like the project booth itself, like went fine and that they got decent traffic and all that.
That I don't know about.
Okay.
But yeah, we didn't discuss this last week. Might be worth asking Andy directly.
Yeah.
I think Joe was there as well. Yeah.
Who?
Asking. I think Joe, Julian, Joseph.
Oh yeah.
Joe, Julian.
Julian. Yeah.
I used to work with a guy called Julian Joseph, so
yeah. All first names.
Yeah. Just a few things. Yeah, it's probably worth. I don't know. So.
No worries.
Yeah, I didn't hear bad things from Andy. I didn't ask about briefly.
Yeah, I think we like weren't able to kind of finalize the staffing schedule early on or like by the start of day one. So I did get an email from CNCF asking like where our staff was and that they were like, it looks really bad when no one's there. Like, is everything okay? And I think we ended up being able to like get people to staff it. But yeah, that was a little note for concern because on the CNCF side, they were freaking out. And as we get closer to Salt Lake City, yeah, I'll kind of check in and make sure that we actually have the resources to staff the booth. Because right now we're doing, it's like you could do the full day booth or the half day booth, and we're currently doing the half day booth, but I know everyone is stretched super thin. So if it's like, if we want to skip the booth and focus on doing something else, we can, because the other options are things like doing like basically it's like a project meeting and it like shows up on the KubeCon schedule. But basically they give you a room on site for like an hour or two, I think, something like that. Maybe an hour and a half for you to kind of, do a meeting with the community in person. And we've talked about doing that for conversations around Helm 4 in the future. But yeah, we'll revisit that as we get closer. No, there's nothing to do right now.
Yeah. Close to the time. I don't think we need to have this. I think CNCF it's like a couple of months out before they want this decision. I liked doing the booth duty last year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I think, easy for people to walk up and chat. There wasn't, at least when I was on booth duty in Chicago, there wasn't a lot of, like, it wasn't busy, but there like people would stop by and they'd either ask how to get started or which is kind of easy enough to answer, or some people had some like reasonable feedback on the way they're using Helm. And
yeah, I think George Castro works for CNCF now, and I think one of his initiatives for this past conference was to kind of rejuvenate the project pavilion area. And so there are things like little tours through the project pavilion that he led. And I think they just I think CNCF is like trying to highlight it more. And so for this past conference and in general for this conference, it was just, I think it was like the most hectic KubeCon I've been to. There was just a lot of traffic everywhere, whether you were like at your own company booth or at the project booth. So I will say, I think Europe tends to draw more sponsor hall traffic, but at the same time, like CNCF is trying to like highlight, yeah, the Project Pavilion experience. So that being said, I think going forward, it will probably be more traffic, hopefully, than your last experience there for Salt Lake City.
Sorry for interrupting. I was at KubeCon, and I had a few people come to the Rancher by Sousa booth and asked a bunch of questions, 3 to be particular. So I sat down with my laptop and walked them through the documentation, told them to come to this meeting. I'm not a maintainer here. I'm just trying to help. So like I did what I could. So just some context. Apologize.
No, I mean, it's all, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm not a maintainer either, strictly. So I've just been helping out for a couple of, yeah, probably 2 years now. And I think the project wants to get as many people involved as possible. So it's just, I don't know. I think Aaron, majority of things still have like a company backing, which makes Helm a little different. In the sense that I know Fumion did used to, but like I don't know. What am I trying to say here? I feel like Helm is a little more community driven than the mini project. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, yeah, I'll stop waffling. Is there anything else before we? Did you have anything you wanted to discuss, Robert? We turned to hit a pretty small agenda, so.
Yeah, I came late. I apologize. I was trying to get travel booked for work. The only thing I had was just there's some couple PRs that I had, just low level things. So I'm doing my due diligence, but that was some of the feedback I got was, hey, my PR is not being looked at. So that's my only contribution here.
Nice. Yeah, if I previously I've just brought them to the agenda and put them on the notes, and then sometimes they get picked up.
Okay.
It is kind of the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I mean it's not the perfect way of doing things, but
I will
yeah.
Let me denote them and then here, and then just say, hey, if someone can just take a look. It's just cleaning up the linting, trying to keep the noise down. And then someone else had, I told them like, you got to show up to the meeting. This is how it does it. So I'm glad to know that that's the right way of just squeaky wheeling it.
Yeah.
I think you joined after I posted a link to the agenda, but usually when you come to these meetings, there's just a link to the Ever Living agenda, and then you can just drop your name in with the link to the PR, and then usually we'll go through and we usually have more people on the call, but there to be other maintainers who will provide commentary or tell you they will review it and get back to you. Yeah, cool. But that's the general workflow. I am taking notes right now, but I added your name and wrote that you have some PRs review, but you should be able to comment into the doc and then like we'll accept your changes. But you should be able to have some autonomy as to what you're adding.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. And Karen, I did not meet you at KubeCon. I apologize. I didn't get to leave the booth.
Same.
Do we do the remainder of the assignments then, and we can finish up?
Yeah, I will be going to the airport next week at this time, so I won't be able to join again.
Okay. I'll do some PR review as well as whatever it is, pretty easy. I don't think there's. Yeah, me sticking my name on PR review doesn't mean anybody else can not, of course.
Yeah, I'm at DevNexus. There's a conference next week, so I will miss this coming one. Do apologize, but I should be where I can break away when I'm at Open Source Summit. And if any of you guys are at Open Source Summit, would love to meet you in person.
I'll be there.
What booth are you going to be at? So I can go.
I'm speaking, so I don't have a booth.
Oh, you're
Just ping me
speaking.
on- yeah.
I'll ping you on the Slack channel. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, no problem. George, are you going to take a look at Robert's PRs, or should we forward this to someone else in like the CNCF Slack?
I will take a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really easy. One of them is just correcting linting errors, and then the other one is updating the contributing doc, as those little nuances I'm finding as a new contributor. I'm like, oh, hey, this didn't work the way that I followed, so I just updated it for anyone new coming on board.
Nice. Yeah, that's actually got an agenda item for next week. It's probably documentation. I think there's some outstanding docs PRs, which we could use some TLC over there as well.
Yeah, those are as a new contributor, those are the easier ones for me to go read it, going, hey, this doesn't make sense, or hey, that does make sense. So those are the ones I've been focused on. So if you have those and you want to tag me, feel free to, because as a new to the game here, it's a lot easier than me going, oh yeah, I can do those. Those are.
Yeah, nice. I'll go through the list and see what looks. I know I have one large one for making like SDK examples, but I want to get Andy's teaching on that one. I think since, or maybe Joe, or Matt, or someone who's got more SDK experience. But feel free to have a look, of course.
And I have Matt to yell at me, so he normally does. So you guys never have Matt Farina yell at you. He does that to me quite frequently.
I have not. I think probably brings his friendly face to the call here.
He just talks faster and he yells at you. That's way. I'm like, okay, man. Sorry. I apologize.
All right. Let's close out. Any final? Alrighty. Thank you all, and we'll see some of. I actually might see you next week, Michael, but I think you, Karen and Robert, we'll see after.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.